Hey guys, it's Quills and Cherry Blossom season is back! Yay! Which I'm so happy about because it's so fucking pretty. At least here in Canada, you just see a lot of like greenery and you see like peaks of pink trees come out of the green foliage and it's so fucking pretty. So in order to celebrate or at least like talk about it, I want to draw some Cherry Blossom characters because I kind of want to get better at like character design motifs. I feel like I am okay, but I want to get a lot better at them, and why not just commemorate the whole Cherry Blossom themed going on? Which is kind of weird because growing up, I kind of thought they were overrated. I don't think that anymore, okay? I don't know. Growing up, I watched a lot of anime. They were kind of just everywhere, but now as an adult, kind of, I can understand why they're just so fucking pretty because goddamn, look at them. So of course we got another wheel because of course we do. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes you just get kind of tired of just making up random stuff in your head, so having a little wheel and then looking at some prompts on Pinterest kind of just helps me pull back into the character design mood. So I made a little wheel. We're gonna make some character designs and hopefully they're gonna turn out really fucking pretty. I hope. Please. Okay. Goddess. I feel like that's already kind of been done with like a foresty foliage type of goddess thing, like Demeter and stuff like that, but I think we could do that. I should, you know what, I should write that down. I just realized I have like no frame of reference. Hold on. I need to get my sticky notes. There we go. That was the first one. All right, next one. Oh damn, I should have removed that. Wait, I didn't remove it. I swear to God, if I get it, bard or musician, good enough. Woo! That could be really cool too. I don't know. I've seen a lot of like really cool bard characters because a lot of people like draw their D&D characters and it looks really fucking cool. But I think this is gonna be cool, especially with like the pink green motif. That'll be pretty. Okay, that's really cool. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of just put modern gamer up here because I've seen like really cool like PC cases in the theme of like cherry blossoms and stuff with like the stuff painted on the side of the PC and like the frame, and that's basically where I got this from. But now I get to draw it out, which I guess is really cool. I wonder how much I'm gonna add when it comes to the environment, because I think drawing like her in her desk would be really fucking cool. And yeah, that was a really good setup. I don't know what else to think of that. I guess I'll just look at Pinterest now. So after scouring through Pinterest through the like overcrowd of AI images and weirdly specific ads, I finally found a good amount of inspiration for each prompt and started on my design. I don't know about you guys, but I'd much rather do a lot of my first drafts on my sketchbook just because I feel like, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like I'm like quote unquote wasting paper if I have to make a new document for just like practices on my drawing tablet, but that's like, that doesn't make any sense, I know. I came up with a lot of cool ideas and I don't know why I thought it'd be cool for one of the ideas that some of them are kind of like the same character, especially because the first character that I got was like a goddess and how she's able to go down to earth and be in a human disguise in order to live among us. I don't know why she would do that, but she could. So here are my first sketches and here are the final characters. So for the goddess, I gave her like really fluffy hair up top, but also gave her like long tendrils at the bottom and like antlers for like a really big silhouette. I feel like this is definitely a character you'd be able to kind of walking around the forest, but like only kind of get like glimpses of her. I thought the fluffy hair would contrast well with the petal shape. I don't know why sakura petals are like a really cool shape. I don't know how to describe them, okay? I'm really trying. I wanted to give antlers just for the effect of like adding more flowers on her hair and making her look a lot more godlike. I don't know why antlers do that apparently. I thought it'd be really cool to have petals around her eyes. I don't know why. I just saw a lot of like really cool flower makeup on Pinterest and I thought the trend of putting petals around your eyes and having your eyes be like coming out would be really fucking cool, but I didn't think I translated it well into the final design. But there are like big petals around her eyes that are basically like her eyelashes. I think that was really cool. Because sakura trees also originate in Asia, I gave her like a kimono, but I didn't want to do like a big kimono. I wanted this one to look a lot more like she can walk around in it and a lot more comfy and lightweight so that, you know, she could kick butt if she fucking wants to. I don't know. I gave her flowers underneath her dress because I thought that'd be really cool and I thought it'd be a really cool texture to add. I don't know why. I think it looks really cool. It was kind of a bitch to draw, I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of petals under there, but I think it makes the character stand out more, especially because the outside of the kimono looks very plain, so it gives a really cool like visual texture and contrast. I don't know. I gave her a staff that kind of resembles like a sakura branch just so that she can look even more godlike and like make spells with that. I don't know. I assume that gods need a weapon of some sort. I don't know why. I think I've just played too many video games. I'm so sorry. Because she's like a nature goddess, I didn't really give her shoes because I feel like she'd totally be one of the goddesses to, you know, be with the earth and not be able to be hindered down by a layer between the feet and the ground. I don't know, okay? Sometimes in art you just have to explain yourself in the weirdest way possible, and this is my explanation, okay? I wanted to give her more vines on her leg just so it looked the trees are like one with her, but I don't know why I didn't continue that. I think if I would have to redo this design again, I would definitely add a lot more vines, even around her like arms and neck. I think that'd be really cool. So she's basically kind of a tree, but not a tree. And I thought for even cooler contrast, I gave her like yellow eyes and like a yellow motif around the kimono and string around her waist. I'm going to be honest, I don't know why I did this, but then I did a bit of research and I learned that there is a type of cherry blossom tree that could also bloom like a pale yellow, which I didn't even know was a thing until I like did research for the notes part of this. I guess I just subconsciously knew about it because I made one of the accent colors yellow and I just think it works really well. I made her a lot more pale just because a lot of the photos of sakura trees that I've seen have like a really pale color in contrast with the dark tree colors, so it's kind of almost like a black and white monochrome aesthetic, but I still think she came out really nice. She's definitely a very nice god, I would assume. I assume she would be like a goddess of nature or spring or like changes in the world, and she could still probably like kick your ass if you're going to deforest her forest or like speak with the trees against her. I don't know, that's a vibe I get from her, but I still think this design came out really cool. I would definitely be really flattered if I saw her in the forest coming at me and probably like be really shy. I don't know, she gives me like really tall, nice energy and I would feel safe within her forest, I hope. But yeah, that's how she came out. She came out very nice. I really like her. I couldn't think of a name, like a lot of these. They don't have a name. Anyway, so for the bard, I searched up a lot of D&D stuff for this because a lot of people love to draw their D&D characters and a lot of people pick bards, so I thought it was just the perfect way to do this. Again, it was really annoying because on Pinterest there was just a lot of AI generated stuff that I had to like scrounge around through because I don't really like using those as inspiration. So what I also did was look up instruments that bards use. So a lot of the ones, especially in D&D, a lot of people use like a guitar or a flute. I thought the harp would be really cool for this. I don't know why. The harp just spoke to me with this design, but I guess it also kind of worked out because there are harps made from sakura trees, and I've seen like really cool things on Pinterest of people like designing their own cool hearts of like adding flowers on it and stuff, and it looks so fucking pretty. Okay, I just went down a deep rabbit hole for this one design. Okay, it was worth it, to be honest. I've never seen so many cool instruments like this in my life. I would highly recommend if you're doing a deep dive like this, guys, just look at it. Anyway, so because the last design was very like pale and like kind of put together, I wanted this one to definitely seem more like wild and free, so I wanted her hair to be like wild and big and out. I also thought it'd be really cool to just put flowers in her hair along with like the flower crown that I kind of wanted to put on her. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why it didn't occur to me to like continue the flower crown, because flower crowns are usually like a circle around the head, but it kind of just stops where her face starts. I don't know why, it's just one of those things, my bad. But I still wanted to add the Asian origin somehow, so I gave her like a dress that's kind of a cross between the Japanese kimono around the waist but also like a European top, and like the dress kind of just flares out like a European dress, but also I still gave her like the flowery petticoat from under the dress. When it's like twirling around, you can see the petals poke out and stuff, and I just gave her normal brown boots just because I think it came out really nice. I think this would be a really cool cosplay if someone were to ever do this. I gave her darker skin just because I feel like this character would be out in nature a lot more, and it would be really cool to just have her be with the townsfolk and playing for people. This is probably just like the goddess in disguise, if I'm gonna be real. So she loves dancing in springtime and like talking to people, and she's probably a lot more outgoing than she would be just in the forest by herself. So she's probably there to stir heroes in a certain direction or to like keep the town spirits up, is kind of this character. I would say it's just that one character in a town that brights up the mood, and I feel like that's just her. I sadly couldn't really give her the petals around the eyes, even though I really wanted to continue that idea, but I still think that she came out really pretty. And the embodiment of like sakura trees, they are kind of blooming and beautiful and like out and about, and sakura trees kind of do bring people together, as there are like festivals dedicated to them, and this is definitely the character to lighten up the party, start with the harp, start singing with everyone, and I feel like I really like her design. She's very pretty. I think this is definitely like the extrovert character that would adopt the introverts, and I'm all here for it. So there's Cheryl the bard, I guess. I couldn't really think of a better name, okay? This is just Cheryl, so good for her. Thank you for adopting me, hypothetically, because I'm an introvert. Anyway, so for the last design, I'm going to be honest guys, I kind of just fell down an even bigger rabbit hole of like looking at really cute PC setups because god damn they're so pretty. I am so jealous. Not saying that my setup isn't pretty, I really love how mine came together, but seeing the like maximalist of the flowers and like the pink stuff everywhere, it's just so pretty. So I imagine this is like her setup too because she's just one of those people. I don't know about you guys, but I was also in a deep dive of like headsets a while ago because I thought it'd be really cool to grab a headset and then add little like spikes on it so it kind of resembles my quills on my character. But I've seen other people do really cool things with their headphones where they add like side mechanisms so it kind of looks like a Gundam headset or something from like a sci-fi anime or like a mecha thing. I think those are really fucking cool. But I thought it'd also be really cool for this character to probably have flowers along the top part of her headset, like along the band that goes around your head, so it kind of just looks like a flower crown. So that's what I did. I feel like this character would totally be the crafty person to do that, and it's all safe and cute and stuff. And I think it would look really cool if she was like streaming to have a flower crown over her headset like that. She would totally be that type of character. I gave her e-girl fashion just because I feel like Sakura like in the modern time would be like super trendy, super pretty, like really up to date with all the stuff. I also gave her e-girl makeup just because I feel like she would totally have that, especially with like the little hearts and the extreme blushing. Maybe like the pink contacts too, I don't know, but she'd also have the glossiest lips ever and like, the amount of blush and like pink hearts on her and the longest lashes you've ever seen. Like that, good for her. Goddamn, I'm honestly really jealous. I also didn't really give her a skirt because I felt like the other two characters already had like the dress and the silhouette for a skirt, so I kind of just wanted to give her a contrast with like the cute little shorts, but I still gave her a bit of edge with the flower things on her legs and also the little chain just so that she could have a little something something. I have seen like these really cute like pink overalls coming out lately, so I thought it'd be really cool to have that. I don't know why I gave her like such dark hair, but when I was looking through Pinterest and I looked up like pink hair, a lot of them were going for more like a darker color. I know pastel pink was a really popular color for a while, but I also know that that's really hard to maintain, so I just gave her like a bit of a darker pink hair just so that it could contrast well with the lighter pink elements of her, but also because it's just what I've been seeing lately. I don't know. Finding inspiration in the modern times can be kind of confusing, but it still kind of works because I think she looks so fucking pretty. I gave her like slippers and stuff just because I feel like, you know, you're gonna see her streaming. She's totally not gonna show her feet because why would she? And she would just be really comfy all the way down. She definitely makes her own cute drinks and stuff, Sakura flavors obviously, and she has the prettiest setup. She's totally chill. I feel like this would totally be the character where like she loves playing Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley and Minecraft and like making the really pretty setups, but I also feel like this character is also a goddamn beast when it comes to FPS games and platforming games, so like she could totally carry you but also like, you know, make a really cute house and share with you in Minecraft. That's the vibe I give her. Yeah, no, I know this prompt was supposed to be for like a gamer, nothing else, because that's the only prompt that I gave her, but I think like a gamer streamer is totally her vibe. She just looks really chill. I don't really watch streamers that often, and I wouldn't be surprised if this looks exactly like another streamer that I don't know of, because this aesthetic, when I was just like doing research, came up a lot, so there's probably a bunch of streamers that have like a really pink Sakura aesthetic, so good for them. I really like how she came out, and of course I just gave her the really funny gamer tag of just cherry blossoms because, you know, and that's how they came out. I really love how all of them came out. They all look so cool and quirky and like themselves. I don't think I've ever had a video that like just led me down a lot of rabbit holes, but it was totally worth it because I think they all came out with a really cool personality and story when it comes to it. I know what I said about me being bad at color schemes, but I think with the prompt and the ideas and the research, I think the color schemes came out really nicely, even though, let's be honest, a lot of them were just monochrome with like the hint of yellow, so it was manageable for me because I'm me. And I think a lot of the ideas were very clever, and I'm really proud of how they came out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would recommend you guys do this too with like your favorite plants or something, because I think this was really cool. I recommend the wheel, by the way. I think a lot of artists would benefit from like a wheel prompt, so I recommend that too. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Bye!